paper is titled How the Development of the Nigerian Blue Economy Can Contribute to Tourism Business in Nigeria. A paper being presented by Patricia Nara, Director, Domestic and Eco-Tourism Department, Federal Ministry of Information and Culture, on behalf of the Honorable Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, at the Nigerian Blue Economy Stakeholders Conference. This discourse is considered in 7 thematic structures outlined below. 1, the introduction, then the concept, what is blue economy? The role of blue economy in Nigeria's tourism development. I want to start by thanking you all, particularly the organizers of this conference, whose main objectives include to provide a platform for stakeholders to design an achievable framework for the development of sustainable Nigerian blue economy, to establish a policy framework which will assist the federal government of Nigeria and stakeholders to understand their roles in building a Nigerian blue economy. I am also elated to be part of this epoch-making event and the emerging concept, blue economy, which began globally about 10 years ago. 3 countries, namely Republic of Ireland, Republic of South Africa, and Seychelles, provided exemplary models for establishing and operating blue economy in 2012, 2014, and 2015, respectively. And Nigeria, the giant of Africa. Situated in the Gulf of Guinea, Nigeria has an extensive maritime space endowed with massive economic potentials for the development of the country when properly harnessed. The maritime space is mostly located in the south-south, southwest, and part of southeast regions of the country. The country is endowed with about 852 kilometer coastline of about 170,000 square kilometers maritime space. It could also be rightly said that Nigeria's maritime space is about 1/5 of Nigeria's landmass. The primary segment of the blue economic system include the following: tourism, that's coastal or marine tourism; maritime transport; fisheries; wind and coastal wind power; climate change; and waste management. The concept of blue economy is spreading rapidly throughout the world. The objective is to transform our economy, habitats, and the planet. One of its key pillars is sustainability. With many similarities to green economy, the blue model aims at improving life as a whole, encompassing social aspects like equity, reduction of ecological risk, and improving the economy throughout sustainable policies for the benefits of current and future generations. Then we shall look at the role of blue economy in Nigeria's tourism development. Several cultural tourism, wildlife tourism, eco-tourism, business tourism, agro-tourism, religious tourism, sports tourism, creative and entertainment tourism, space tourism, marine or coastal tourism, etc. Today's discourse, however, has direct bearing on marine and coastal tourism. The United Nations World Tourism Organization, the specialized organ of the United Nations for tourism, lays emphasis on sustainable use of marine resources for tourism development, which is to contribute its quota to achieving the 2015 to 2030 Sustainable Development Goals of achieving a better and more sustainable future for all people around the world by 2030. SDG number 14 goal is life below the oceans, which focuses on sustainable management and protection of ocean and aquatic life. The goal is highlighting tourism development through proper utilization of marine resources to ensure sustainable development in coastal countries. These countries are giving priority to blue economy to enhance economic benefits alongside tourism development. It also focuses on conserving and ensuring the sustainable use of oceans, seas, and marine resources for sustainable development in the following ways. It reduces marine pollution of all kinds, manages and protects marine and ecosystems, minimizes and addresses the impact of ocean acidification, regulates harvesting and to end overfishing, illegal and destructive fishing practices, among others. Marine and coastal tourism is one of the economic activities within the blue economy. It promotes conservation and sustainable use of marine resources to generate income for local communities, respect for cultures, tradition, and heritage. This is one of the fastest growing segments in tourism industry, which represents 5% of the world GDP and contributes 6 to 7% global employment. Cruise tourism alone contributes an average annual passenger growth rate of 7.5%. Marine tourism, therefore, is providing employment opportunities and improving local community capacity, as well as developing local supply chains and promoting local cultural heritage. It also supports the conservation of coastal biodiversity, reduce negative impact of climate change, and improve marine tourism value chain in Nigeria. This can be achieved through communal efforts and partnership with relevant stakeholders and non-governmental organizations. And tourism-related businesses and activities in Nigeria's blue economy. Marine tourism-related businesses include beach-based recreation activities, yachting, maritime archaeology, surfing, cruises, diving, snorkeling, recreational fishing, etc. Then the action plan. Improve inter-institutional cooperation to promote cross-sector policies. Create specific networks to enhance investment attractiveness and management capacity. Build capacity and awareness through education and training initiatives. Develop accurate database of all maritime activities. Adoption of appropriate technology, that is digitization of standard operating procedures, SOPs. Collaboration and engagement of states and local communities in the coastal region with agencies such as Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, and Sustainable Development Goals Office, Nigerian Navy, etc. Investing in critical maritime infrastructure and develop strong political will for the development of an efficient blue economy for Nigeria. That's the conclusion. This paper recognizes the fact that oceans are essential to sustaining life on Earth. The overexploitation of its resources jeopardizes their ability to provide food, economic benefits, and environmental services to our society. Another critical issue is the role that ecotourism plays within the dynamics of blue economy, since marine and coastal tourism constitutes one of the largest and fastest growing segments of Nigerian tourism today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let us have another round of applause for our Honorable Minister of Information and Culture.
Thank you very much, Minister of Information. Your paper was quite in-depth and also interesting, and it sure opens up my mind really to the vast potentials that abound in the water economy. But what I have looked forward to is maybe a statement on what the ministry itself is doing or has done, and maybe certain areas that we could be looking at for the possibility of all the various types of tourism that you initiated. Thank you.
We have the National Tourism Development Master Plan. Covers all aspects of tourism that has been enunciated in this paper, and shows it is a blueprint for the development of the overall tourism in Nigeria. So it is just for the private sector to avail itself of what the master plan entails in the sense of public-private partnership. So investment opportunities are there, investment incentives are there in the private sector to leverage upon. And I believe that tourism is being developed by the private sector. Without the private sector, tourism cannot thrive in Nigeria. So the National Development Master Plan.
And thank you very much, Honorable Minister, sir. As a follow-up to the observation from the last speaker, I want to ask, permit my ignorance, please. The roadmap, the master plan,
Yes.
developed by the Ministry of Information and Culture, is that the only thing, so to say, the ministry has done to provide guidelines, to provide a roadmap for tourism? Or there are some other activities the ministry has also done in such a way that rather than looking at the activities of the private sector, looking at the activities of the people outside government, so to say, what has the government done in this regard to serve as a model where the private sectors can key in? Maybe if one is properly enlightened, you can take it from there. Thank you.
Besides the master plan, in practical terms, Nigeria has segmented tourism activities into 5 clusters. We have tourism development clusters. We have the Atlantic Gateway. We have the Sahara Gateway. We have the tropical rainforests. We have the scenic nature. So these areas have been segmented for tourism development in Nigeria. We call them tourism systematic development of all these clusters to ensure that tourism is developed throughout Nigeria as a whole. So we are approaching everything systematically for this sustainable development of tourism in Nigeria. Yes. So it captured the Atlantic Gateway, which focuses on what we are discussing today, blue economy. Extensive development of our maritime space for tourism purposes in Nigeria. We call it Atlantic Gateway development. The tourism clusters are also there, captured in the master plan. So the federal government has been developing them segment by segment.
All right, thank you. Commodore Daniel again. I did forget to inform us that I am also a member of the Presidential Expanded Partnership on the Development of Sustainable Blue Economy in Nigeria, chaired by the Vice President. I happen to co-chair one of the sessions there. And one of the challenges we had in our first task, trying to concoct sectors, we came up with one sector, media and advocacy sector, to publicize and create the blue economy awareness within the country. We recognize the role Ministry of Information naturally ought to play in that sector, but we were also trying to, we came up with a notion of balancing reportage of the blue economy, and being the fourth realm of the estate, we needed that unbiased and independent reportage. So we thought of bringing in non-governmental media outfits. We were faced with the challenge of whether should it be Nigerian Union of Journalists, should it be so many groups were suggested. In your own view, which of these media outlets will you think, or this body, will you think we can have as that independent body to balance the reportage from the government side from the blue economy? Thank you.
Of information. My question will be actually based on the fact that the outside world will actually need a lot of enlightenment about what we have as a country, you know, in terms of the blue economy, in terms of the investment potential in the sector. To what extent is the ministry ready to promote, you know, and also maybe advertise the potential in this sector, so that the people that are locally, you know, ready to key into this sector, we also have maybe understanding of the fact that investors outside there, we also have information about this country. They will know where to go. They will know the potential that we have. They will know the resources that we have, and the as a representative of the maybe the mouthpiece of the country, the information will be readily available. So how ready or how prepared is your ministry to make sure that this aspect of information dissemination is ready?
Economy is an emerging concept. All of us, we know the importance of rivers. You know, in our local, we know the importance of rivers, we know the importance of our seas, we know the importance of oceans. From farming, agriculture, fishing, irrigation, transportation, all over. But it's just that most of these rivers are polluted, and we have to start catching them from the grassroots. You know, apart from the government, in our individual capacities, we let our people know that river pollution is bad. It is anti-development. So apart from the government, we also need to sensitize our people that these rivers are very important. We have to use them sustainably for the present and the future generation of Nigeria. If we pollute these rivers, if we destroy them, you know, even our livelihoods tomorrow will be jeopardized. So the effort here is not only on the part of government, NGOs, the private organizations and individuals are also charged to carry out this advocacy, and I believe we shall get there. Thank you.